I think there might be a musing coming. There is a theme or topic swirling around my mind, my head. I'm thinking about the sociology between men and women and the long history of patriarchy and possessiveness, the idea that a man can possess and own his wife like inventory, like chattel, right? It's just another item in his possessions. It's going to be very painful to break that pattern and to stand up against this idea. Not against, but we're not launching an outright war, offensive against it, but the women are having to stand their ground in their own knowing, in their own being, and in their higher consciousness, to know that they are no one's possession. You are no one's possession, and no one has a right or entitlement to you, right? It's going to take a different kind of behavior, and this is all linked into, of course, our trauma. We have to heal the childhood trauma in order to not be so needy, emotionally and psychologically and sexually needy for intimacy. And that is part of why we women, in general, offer ourselves up for so cheap, easy pickings, because of our unconscious, subconscious need for intimacy. But this intimacy is not found in the arms of a man. This intimacy is found within your own inner being. First, you have to cultivate intimacy within yourself and dissolve the opposition that you feel within yourself. These feelings that we have about not being good enough, about being worthless. These self-deprecating feelings and thought patterns. So first we have to cultivate this intimacy within ourselves. And that is why so many people in this awakening state and stage are going solo. They are not seeking relationships where they can outsource their need and try and have another person meet it. No. This shift requires us to go solo and learn how to meet our inner needs by ourselves so that we might become whole. We can't keep functioning as our unconscious selves, unconscious of our wounds and needs. And all of our needs are based in unmet emotional and psychological needs during childhood. We were deprived of the basic needs of tenderness and presence from our parents. And so that has left us feeling inadequate, empty, always seeking fulfillment, feeling full from someone else's, in someone else's arms, right? And so this has just perpetuated the cycle of, going from partner to partner, because these needs are not being met within ourselves where they need to be resolved. And instead of this endless searching externally from other people to find acceptance and love from other people. So to come back to my point, this psychology of the patriarchy, this entitlement, that a man has a right to have a woman, to possess a woman, that needs to be broken. That pattern needs to be dissolved. And my dear men friends, you're going to find it bizarre. You're going to get angry that the women are withholding themselves to do their inner healing, and it's going to really upset you. But it also is going to shift you into having to meet your own needs as well by going within and finding that intimacy with your little inner child, the younger version of you that endured neglect and abuse while you were growing up. So we have to reshape our psychological and emotional patterning and learn that our happiness is not dependent on having a girlfriend or a wife, a partner. First and foremost, you have to create that happiness and that contentment on your own. There's a lot of programming that needs to be dissolved, that we need to become aware of. I mean, this entitlement, this male entitlement to possessing a woman is deep in our ancestry, is deep in our blood. And we just can't treat women that way. We just can't treat each other that way, as objects that can be possessed, right? If someone chooses to partner with us, that's a gift, and that should not be taken for granted. So it's gonna be a rocky ride in the relationship aspect between humans, but it's necessary. Some new wounds have to be opened, and in order for some old wounds to heal, right? So it's going to become a solo inward journey for all of us, men and women, so that we understand our unconscious entitlement programs and conditioning, that someone else is not responsible for your happiness, your fulfillment. You are responsible for that. And primarily, it's in the connection and intimacy with yourself, how you feel about yourself. You need to resolve the feeling of inadequacy and dissatisfaction. Why are you dissatisfied? It's not because you can't have a girlfriend or someone doesn't love you. The programming is much, much deeper, and it goes to the root of self-esteem. If you have low self-esteem, you're going to feel pretty despondent and desperate. So you have to raise your esteem. You have to get to know yourself. You have to get to know all of these shadow programs, these conditions, shadow conditionings, and reevaluate your worthlessness. Reevaluate your inadequacy. How was that belief created? By, like I said, being neglected in childhood, by being overly criticized. All of these things makes us create beliefs about ourselves that we are failures, we are not good enough, right? And from there is where all our problems come from. So embrace inner intimacy. Get to know yourself so that you can understand the reactions and responses and non-responses from other people. That it's not always personal, that they're just looking out for themselves, and you have to do the same.